Glutonny just had the best performance that he has ever had across one weekend of Smash Ultimate, and Glutonny has been one of the best players in Smash Ultimate for a very long time. Had a slump last year, but in 2025 he is back with a vengeance, and I just want to show how dominant of a weekend he had, because not only did he, spoilers, win Battle of BC, but also he won the Battle of BC pre-local, which is something that not a lot of players do. If you typically win the pre-local, you do not win the rest of the event. The last one that I can remember is Shining Mark at Smash Factor last year, and then he won the pre-local for it, but it often doesn't happen, and Glutonny just did amazing. So let's go over the brackets, and then I'm going to be going over two of the sets that I cover. So this was the pre-local. Glutonny started off beating Scrub here, Charlie D's Nest 2-1. Charlie D's very good, actually. I think maybe won my last sub-tournament or something. Beat Base Mage, and then beat Snow. And something to note here is these matches were all with Link, so he beat both Base Mage and Snow with Link. This is going to be the first match that I covered, the Glutonny versus Snow set, if I can find it. I don't know if it was streamed, I assume it was, but this was all Link, and then we can go into the top 8. The top 8 was not all Link. This was Wario, where he beat Akala 2-1, Daki 2-1, got reset by Daki, and then beat him, ended up doing that 2-0. So winning the pre-local, again beating Snow, Base Mage, Akola, and Rocky twice. That is very, very good. Those are amazing players. Obviously Akola, a player that he's never beat before, even at a pre-local or anything like that, so that is always going to be a good win. I don't know if this was Steve for Akola, but I do know that Glutonny won that. And now let us go to the bracket of Battle of BC. The one person that Gluto did beat of note in pools was Pack Street. I don't think he dropped a game in pools, and I believe this was all Wario, and then his bracket got really tough, especially for like a character like Wario. So we had to fight Riddles, who obviously Terry and Kazuya. Kazuya does very well versus Wario, and he ended up winning that 3-2, took a game from the Terry and took 2 from Kazuya. Then he beat Tweak 3-2. I know he's been having Tweak's number recently, so this isn't a huge surprise, but it is still impressive nonetheless. Of course, Tweak's still one of the best players in the world, to advance into top 24 winners, where he ended up beating Mia 3-2. I know he beat Mia at Genesis, which again is crazy to me because he does, like, for a long time, he did not beat the top Game & Watches. I mean, Meister sports like a 15-2 record versus it, or something really dominant. I don't know if that's the case, but it's really dominant, and just beating Mia the last 2 times he played, and Mia is still one of the best players in the world, so that's crazy. And that was to advance in top 8 winners, where he had to get the rematch against Syrup, who knocked him into losers at what was it, Cavalier Clash a couple weeks back, and he beats Syrup 3-1, and then beats Spargo 3-2 in winners finals after Spargo beats Akola, and then gets reset by Spargo in Grands, and then 3-0s Spargo in Grands set 2. So the 2 sets that I want to watch are the Link set versus Snow and Grand Finals reset versus Spargo. Actually, do I want to watch this or Mia? I think I'm going to watch the Mia set. Again, first off, we have Gluto versus Snow. Again, this is best of 3, so, you know, it's not going to be a terribly long set, which is why I was able to do, like, the pre-ramble. But Snow, of course, one of the strongest players in the world, the best Mario in the world at this point by far. Great combo, but doesn't get anything more. Parries the down air, but then does get that advantage there. Gets under the fireball there. That's going to be no double jump. So if he just nared there, I think that was stock, but Gluto missed it a little bit. And of course, these aerials are going to be very safe, potentially still up-beable by Mario, because Mario's up B is very good, frame 3 out of shield. But let's just see how this Gluto Link is working. I mean, it's pretty even right now. You would think that Link, would get definitely hard comboed in this matchup, and we did see some early damage from Snow, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad at the moment. And of course, this point, like, killing as Mario will be a little bit difficult if you don't get those, like, combo kills, because Link is very, very heavy in Mario. Not the best character at killing. It's probably his biggest flaw is the reliance on that up smash, but that up smash is very punishable by that reverse up B, Gluto up a stock. The crazy thing to me about Gluto playing Link is, like, Link is, especially like his Link, he gets a lot of the like back air and fair loops, like with the bombs, and I feel like it is really technical and difficult to do, but Gluto supposedly has hand issues, and he picked up a very technical and difficult character, which is a crazy decision to me, and the fact that it was working is honestly insane. Ooh, the boomerang actually hit for a second nair, and almost got that hit there with the fireball, but the fireball barely clipping, but still, this is a lot of percent. 57 is pretty good, considering he was down first stock, and then ended up getting that first kill pretty early. Trying to get some type of bomb shenanigans, not going to there, and of course, Japan does have a couple of Links. You have Kion, most notably So it's not like they are without matchup experience, and I don't know what Marios exist in France for Gluto to play. Obviously, I mean, Mario, like everyone knows what Mario does, so it's not like the most foreign thing. Definitely forward air in neutral, going to hit. That move is so strong. Gets the arrow, which is really impressive there. That was a really good snipe, and then that sets up for the perfect bomb hit. So good stuff to Gluto there. Gonna get that stock with that projectile. I don't think there was anything that Snow could have done to beat that out. So now he only has 27% on him. That's going to be, oh my god, Gluto almost got a huge combo. I think the very early percents you don't get hit by those Z-drop Nair trains. There's not quite enough hits done. This percent though, that can definitely do it. Z-drops the bomb and actually it explodes because of the fireball, because it does explode to fire. Gets an up, he had a shield. Snow not shielding, because that definitely was safe enough, because that moves -2, and there definitely weren't 5 frames before he landed. Tries to get another up, he doesn't get it. Good DI away from the platform, so not going to get a further follow-up, and he's up an entire stock, basically. I mean, yeah, he's literally lapped him in percent, so Gluto up a huge amount right here, and that Nair going to be really safe on shield. You have to commit to the up B, but if you're wrong about that, you're just going to get charged forward smash, so is it worth the risk? I think so sometimes, but maybe not at the very end of the game when you're at 94%, and you're absolutely going to die if you whiff. So, you know, something that Snow definitely needs to do this game too, but of course we do know it was a 2-0 because we already looked at bracket, but yeah, this is going to be still very difficult for Snow to bring back. And again, Link has a lot of kill potential as well. Just, you know, forward air most notably, just like forward air and neutral is just going to put in so much work. And then, of course, you have things like, yeah, F tilt, up tilt are going to be pretty good. Up B as well, that's a lot of damage. And F tilt on the neutral gun, yes, indeed. Makes sense. And that is going to be a 2-stock for Gluto game 1. That is insane. And honestly, that game, I don't mean this as an insult, but it was nothing crazy, like, different from what you expect. It was just really solid play because Gluto, again, has some of the best fundamentals in the business. Right, like, you know, obviously people complain about Wario's you know, waft mechanic and how it's unfair, but like he's like 2 and 3 stocking top players, and sometimes he wins even while whiffing his waft combos or whiffing his wafts in general, or them not getting kills. So Gluto just, of course, very strong as a player, understanding the RPS of frame data stuff, as well as just like being able to understand people's movement patterns and stuff like that. It is very difficult for people to be correct against Gluto. That's one of the reasons he's so strong. Double boomerang, gets the air dodge read. Again, that's the type of stuff that only top players can do. Again, against other top players especially, right? It's not like they're just like guessing. Like he's using a lot of informed decisions, which technically it is a guess, but you know, he has a little bit more information and is able to recognize things just so quickly. It's one of the strongest things about Gluto. Using his drift, because of course that safety of that Nair, you have to respect it. So Snow unable to get an advantage state, using the space to get these projectiles as well. And again, Snow struggling to get these kills, which again can be very difficult when you are fighting against a heavy character, again as Mario. If you're not able to get that combo kill, which again we saw him not get the kill with that up B earlier on that combo. So now Gluto going to live 107%, and the boomerang covers the roll, combos into the neutral get up here. Gluto is just so good at getting ledge rolls. He's so good at ledge trapping. It is honestly ridiculous. But I'm going to start off from percent, and again, playing a little bit of passive and evasive here is going to be a little bit difficult for Snow to get this kill yet again, because again, he's heavy and mobile, and he has a great neutral air, which granted, up smash invincibility can beat that out. But dude, we see literally more percent, 58% with that jab 3. Doesn't get anything there, almost gets the roll with that Z-drop back air. That would have been insane if he was able to get the back air loops there, starting off on that ledge roll. If he got a footstool out of shield Z-drop there, I would have lost my mind. I don't think Gluto has those quite yet, but I definitely believe in him, right? Like, he's doing a lot of work with Link. Obviously, he does this as the pre-local to, like, kind of test it, and then he did not go Link at Battle of BC itself, but maybe it's a matchup thing, right? Because there's definitely plenty of matchups that Wario does not find fun that maybe he wants to do with Link. Does that up be hit? Nair on the neutral getup, and if it was a shield, there was a grab coming. Dude, that's so much coverage right now. That bomb is also just so good at covering ledge jump as well. Gets through with the neutral getup, so Snow is able to get some more damage, but misses the grab there, gets up tilted, and that is going to be Gluto with another stock lead, 92%, which again is not that bad. Okay, well, wow, it didn't kill. Again, Link heavy. It is really hard to get a kill with good DI, and of course Gluto's DI is fantastic. Gets a down air there as well, not going to kill. The down air going to cover and has to just get neutral get up for damage, but at the same time, you're fine with that if you're Gluto, because now you have center stage. uppy through the stage, of course, and grabs the bomb. So now he's able to get a little bit more damage, a little bit more cleverness, and tries to cape the boomerang, but that's not where it's going. So Gluto just kind of making it really difficult for Snow to get in or just read what he wants to do with these projectiles. It has been very, very difficult for him to get anything done. And then I'm using those drift backs. It's very hard to keep Gluto in disadvantage. It's one of the strongest things about his Wario. Obviously, Wario has like amazing air drift and he's able to do a bunch of crazy stuff, but Gluto's still using the same, concepts and properties to really help him land. And again, you have to respect the down air, you have to respect the neutral air, so it can be really, really difficult to get these kills. Gotten so many jabs on people approaching after these whiffed, like F tilts and things like that. Okay, now it's, okay, trading jab threes back and forth, jab 1, 2, 3s. Uh-oh. No, misses it barely, but still a good like 20% from that combo. Looks like 28% maybe? No, he gets a jab. Okay, so yeah, a good like 20%-ish from the combo, and was like 1 rep away from potentially getting that kill. Just like a frame or two off. It's a little hard to tell because I Twitch and it's hard to do frame by frame. Gets a dash attack there on the air dodge punish, and that is going to be a 2-0 for Gluto. Again, got into top 8, went Wario in top 8, but that is still very impressive. So Gluto, again, winning the pre-local, and now let's see one of his sets at Battle of BC7. So I did decide to go with grand finals here. So obviously Spargo just won 3-2 in the first set of grand finals. Now we are in the true finals, as people are starting to call it, which I quite like actually. And yeah, of course, Wario versus Cloud is a very interesting matchup because obviously both characters have pretty strong combo games. Both characters have decent disadvantages. Wario's is a bit better, but at the same time, you of course have Sword if you are Spargo, but then you have great parry punishes and a command grab, as we see there, if you are Gluto. So this is going to be a really interesting matchup. I did not watch this set last night. I definitely was asleep before this finished. I think I went to sleep when it was like losers semis or something was happening. Because I live on the East Coast. Up smash out of shield, expecting Gluto to be a little bit more aggressive after that down tilt, because again, it is safe enough on shield. Okay, the up B not gonna work. Gluto definitely stalling that recovery fair out of shield. His out of shields are just so good. I'm glad that we have like a really good out of shield character still doing well, because I feel like a lot of people just opt to not do out of shields, but Gluto is like always on with his out of shields. Up B, oh no, it only hit the bike, so it's not actually gonna get the kill, and that fair dash attack not gonna connect, so the up smash will connect there for Spargo. Dude, he's just right. Spargo's just right so often. He had a really good run as well. Of course, second place here, knowing that Gluto wins is still really, really impressive, especially considering the people he beat. It is very, very good to see Spargo still playing incredibly well. I know people are considering him in a slump because he hasn't won in a bit, but still getting like second and third at basically every event he's going to. Still really, really good. Still in the running for #1 in the world, in my opinion, for this season for sure. Gluto got this kill, and half waft is online, full waft about 10 seconds away. He has got a couple of bites, and I think that does, lower the grab, or sorry, the waft timer by I think like a second or half a second every time you do it. I don't know if that's on like just items or if that also counts on people. Okay, gets the air dodge read? No, but the up B coming out from Spargo really fast, just saying, hey, no, you're not allowed. Full waft online, no double jumps, so this could potentially be the stock. No, it's not going to be. And the up B on that neutral get up, sorry, not the neutral get up, the roll, of course, that's the Spargo classic. So hard to get off the ledge against him, and that is basically a full stock lead, and we know that Gluto wins this 3-0, so this has to be either a waft or a crazy edge guard. I mean, or just playing really well, of course. Gluto can just do that. Oh, try to get a footstool? What the hell? Oh, Spargo reading that though, getting multiple up airs there. A lot of damage. Nair, no double jump, tries to get something there, doesn't. Limit online, so of course that recovery will be very good and you have to respect it. Rolls into that blade beam. That happens so often. You're just like, I'm gonna avoid it. Whoops, I messed up. Nice air control right now for Gluto, just, not getting hit and kind of staying away from these hitboxes that Cloud can present, but that cross slash, yeah, it has to be a waft angle. There's no way. He's down an entire stock. Or do they misreport and it's actually 3-1? But this is looking, what happens? It has to just be like a kill with a back air, and then like a waft combo. Like it has to be. Like I don't know how else you win this if you are Gluto. Oh, nice footstool by Spargo getting back on stage. That was so good. No out of shield punish there. Gets the back air to air, but not going to kill. The forward air also doesn't kill. That back air will though. Oh, almost actually. Maybe if you didn't uppy, that would have worked because you did see the cross slash come out. Parries the back air. This has got to be a waft or a footstool or something. Nair doesn't connect fully. That fair not going to connect into the Nair fully either. Gluto a little bit off, not expecting to hit it, I don't think. So he was a couple frames too slow. 144% and limit is online, so this is really scary. Got a ledge jump here. No neutral get up. And he doesn't die for it. It's crazy. Yeah, that's the classic Gluto. So many kill potentials for Spargo right now. Misses the up B. Up, that's going to be double up air waft. No, he misses the fast fall, so he does bike and he messes up the waft, but it wouldn't have even worked there because he messed up the fast fall. Still has waft, so random landing, up tilt, random tech chase, throws the bike up, misses the parry there because of lack of fast fall from Spargo. I actually really like that. Oh, it just does it. I love when Gluto just does it and it works. It's so funny. It's so interesting here, like you have these mix-ups, right? So in this position, you're expecting a fast fall here because you're just like, oh, well, it's faster, you get back to the ground faster. And then Spargo, knowing that the parry timing for Gluto is a lot early because he's expecting that fast fall, but Spargo not fast falling here means that the parry is going to miss, ends up getting the hit. But then, of course, we have the waft for game 1. In game 2, we are going to Town and City. Immediately, Gluto brings out the bike. He says, I forgot to do this a lot in this game 1, and that's really, really important because it is really important. And again, just for clarity, Gluto did beat Spargo in winners final, so you know, already got a Spargo win this tournament, and you know, Spargo evened it up to 1-1 finally. That extra, the extra hit lag because of the bike made that forward air not combo into this cross slash. So important to think about, because it hits Gluto and then hits the bike, and so the cross slash doesn't confirm, and that's basically a wasted limit if you are Spargo. Not going to combo there though, so Gluto not getting that much damage. Again, more parries. That's the thing you got to do against Cloud, right? It's so hard because Spargo's mix-ups and his timing differences are so minute. I literally already covered one last game with the down air, so it is so hard to parry against him, but it is what you have to do versus Cloud. It is like the only thing that makes Cloud not like the best character in the game sometimes, is just you have to parry stuff, and that cross slash going to miss. The dash attack not going to kill though, and not even hit a move, so Spargo was able to land literally for free, but gets up smashed there. We see the rare Wario up smash. Again, more bike on the field. Bike is broken, so I do agree absolutely with Gluto getting it out often. Obviously, it's going to make his recovery a little bit worse, but at the same time, he's kind of at death percent anyway, so you're just going to die, so it doesn't matter if the bike's on stage. There we go. Air to air nair, that's going to be 27% plus advantage. Not going to get anything off of it though. Limit almost online for Spargo. So a landing fair could be something. No, it gets the up throw, so that is going to proc the limit. No double jump right now. And burned limit. This is straight up stock. Forward air, goodbye, you're dead. What did he do? I wonder what move he did to burn his limit. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he tried to up B early when he's... No, it was right there. What did he do? Why would he do? I'm curious, because like I don't understand what you would burn there. So yeah, I can't see it, and again, Twitch, so I'm not gonna be able to go frame by frame, so I'm not sure what Spargo would even attempt to do. Maybe cross slash? I genuinely don't know. So that is going to be a very, very clean stock, recognizing no double jump, no limit. That is going to be your stock, gone even from center stage. Wario able to hit you off stage in really, really uncomfortable ways. Gonna be a lot of damage, pressure with the bike as well. Dude, this is cooking. This is a Gluto game. Double jump out had to come for Spargo, but now we have a waft online and you're up a stock. This is looking incredibly rough for Spargo. This is just like, it feels like unwinnable sometimes when you're just like, Gluto is right out literally everything. Finishing touch not going to kill. I feel like Spargo knew that, especially on Town with that high ceiling. But he's, you know, has to go for it anyway because he's down a lot, and that is going to be... Can you get footstool waft out of shield? I don't think so. That'd be crazy. I'm assuming they would have known. They would have started doing that if that worked, so I'm assuming it does not work. That back air hit there, that was insane. Gluto, just such a strong advantage. Spargo swinging back, actually getting back to the ground. But again, full waft online, still have to clear out the stock if you are Spargo. And then you have to deal with another full Gluto stock with waft. That is going to not be quite a punish, but not getting punished for it because of that bike. The Nair gonna drift away because again, Wario's high air mobility is so important. And gonna get a punish, not gonna get a kill quite yet, but again, he's also not dead. So this is again, very, very comfortable if you're Gluto. Not like the super most comfortable, because at this point Spargo just does like a Spargo thing and then you can end up taking like 60 or 70%, but either way, you're feeling pretty good here overall. Definitely better than last game when you had to make a comeback. Parries, does not get the waft, so no waft online now, but again, there's enough kill moves that you're not super worried. Spargo with the parry though. See, I feel like that parry, I'm just like, oh no. Spargo not getting these cross-slash mix-ups. It has been really, really difficult for him to get anything going with them, and that's one of the most important pieces. Back air on the jump, and Gluto again getting the bike, knowing that it is so important, but the blade beam comes out. 57% is a lot if you are Gluto right now. Oh no. Aang hits the platform, but Spargo misses. That was honestly so important. See, at this point now, I'm panicking if I'm Gluto. Back air, not going to get punished, doesn't even try to go for up B, which is interesting. Down tilt, I don't know if that was a messed up dash attack or he meant to F tilt. No punish. -2, back air shield poke, and that is going to be the 2-0 lead for Gluto. Had a much bigger lead, but still ended up using that lead still to victory. So 1 game away from winning Battle of BC7 and his second. Oh my god, that's a crazy sign. Again, Gluto starting off with that bike, it just makes things more difficult, you know? Okay, bike combo into fair, 23% immediately starting off. Also, Town is very good for Wario as well because you do get to like camp a little bit if you want to on these platforms. And of course, you know, the longer stage is going to make it a little bit better just for passive play in general. And again, Wario, very, very good at passive play. Gonna roll to center and he's going to be comfortable there. Nair out of shield. Not going to be more than that though because he's a little bit too high percent. Does not get the tech chase either, but a Nair fair. No limit online. I don't know if it just, I think that just naturally went away. Directional air dodge away, so smart for Gluto, and then recovers with the bike. That was so genius. If you recover in any other way, you actually die there. That was so smart for Spargo. I honestly don't know 100% why he's going to Town. I know it's a good cloud stage, but I don't know if, you know, I don't know what obviously Gluto banned. But I don't know what in particular makes Town super strong here. Maybe just the edge traps and getting early kills on Gluto is so important, but I feel like the extra stage length is kind of difficult. Up B out of shield there, Spargo enhancing his lead, bear dash attack, of course. Cross slash, this is looking like Spargo's game. Huge lead for him right now. A lot of up Bs out of shield. That one not going to work. And he actually tried to bite punish, but actually grabbed the tire. Ended up getting the bike anyway, the bite anyway. But a little bit of an unfortunate thing right there. It wasn't technically a true punish, but gets the back air kill. So we do have even stocks, 94%. But Waft going to be online in about 8 seconds. So something that Spargo definitely has to worry about here. Charging limit, trying to make sure that if he gets sent off stage, like that game 2, he's able to recover. There's the waft, up throw, up air. Can't fall on it, have to burn your double jump. Nair not going to hit, up smash does though for Spargo, so there's going to be pressure with advantage. No, but not going to get a kill. Nice air dodge as well. Gluto just so willing to directional air dodge in places that a lot of other players don't. So we do have now a basically full stock lead for Spargo, but Waft is online, so it can be an even game. Okay, Nair back air. This is so scary. Air dodges. Why did he air dodge? Oh, I think he didn't mean to fast fall there. So you see that Spargo actually goes for a fast fall in this position. I don't think he meant to do that. I think maybe he was just trying to like move his stick. And so if he didn't fast fall here, he would have been about here and then he would have been able to air dodge. So I think the fast fall was by accident. So basically a free edge guard for Gluto. He wasn't honestly even going out there. So unfortunate error, I guess, by Spargo. That's going to be classic wire combo. No, doesn't get the second up air. A little bit off, just barely is Gluto. Run up cross slash, so good for Spargo again. He's just right so often. Nair going to be double up air. No, again, not able to get these full combos. So Spargo should have taken at least like 30 or 40 more percent, honestly, by now. But unable to get the full combos is Gluto. Random Nair. Gets him on the ledge. Limit online for Spargo. Not at death percent yet, so he doesn't have to be scared, but this extra mobility is, of course, very threatening. You see Spargo moving around a lot more fluidly. Cross slash gonna miss. The final hit is gonna hit though, but we do have Waft online, so falling up air, even potentially an up tilt, is going to be game right now. Nair out of shield again. Just getting these out of shield punish is so important. If you are Gluto, gets the spot dodge, up tilt, Waft, and that is going to be the game absolutely, even on Town. So Battle of BC7 champion is Glutonny from the reset. Spargo getting second place. And again, what a crazy weekend if you are a Glutonny fan. He did absolutely amazing. Popping off there. He deserves it. He has played played so well. Again, returning from the slump that Gluto had in 2024, definitely his weakest year overall in Ultimate's history, to suddenly winning one of the most stacked tournaments that North America has ever had, with a lot of crazy wins, again, including the pre-local. So Glutonny, you could say he's back. He's doing really well. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, social media and partner stuff is down below. Let me know what else from Battle of BC 7 weekend you want me to watch, because I will be doing some other stuff for sure. I'm going to be covering Monty and Ouch at the very least. NA just kind of actually defended this tournament, which is insane because that almost never happens, or I guess the world's defended, because technically Gluto was one of those people. But yeah, absolutely insane weekend, probably the weakest weekend for Japan in a North American tournament that I can remember in a very long time. Granted, Japan's still better, but this was a crazy weekend. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.